Hello and welcome to KLM Institute.
Today we bring you a very important story from the United States which is making global headlines. The controversy is about President Donald Trump, the Federal Reserve, and the Supreme Court of America. The key question everyone is asking: can Trump really remove Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, or will the Supreme Court stop him? Let's break it down in simple language. Recently, President Trump tried to fire Lisa Cook, one of the 7 governors of the U.S. Federal Reserve. She was appointed by President Joe Biden and became the first black woman to serve in this powerful role. The Federal Reserve is not just any institution. It controls America's interest rates, money supply, and economic stability. Any interference here has direct effects not only on the U.S. economy but also on global markets. Trump's argument is that Lisa Cook allegedly misrepresented some information related to mortgage loans before she was appointed. He says this counts as cause for removal. But here's the twist. Under U.S. law, Federal Reserve governors can only be removed by the president for cause. The problem is that the law does not clearly explain what cause means. That is why this fight has now reached the Supreme Court. The lower courts have already blocked Trump's attempt. A federal judge first issued an injunction, meaning Trump cannot remove Cook for now. Then the Court of Appeals also refused Trump's request. And now, the Supreme Court has stepped in. Just a few days ago, the court decided that Cook will remain in her position at least until full arguments are heard in January next year. This means Trump cannot immediately fire her. Why does this case matter so much? Because it is not only about one person. It is about the independence of the Federal Reserve. If the president can remove a governor whenever he wants, then the Fed will no longer be independent. Every change of government could mean new appointments, and that would bring instability to the world's biggest economy. Markets are already watching this case very closely. Let's also look at the political and constitutional side. The U.S. Constitution gives the president executive power, but Congress created the Federal Reserve as an independent institution in 1913. By law, governors serve long terms, sometimes lasting through multiple presidencies, to protect them from political pressure. If the court rules in Trump's favor, it could give future presidents more power to interfere directly with the Fed. If the court rules against Trump, it will protect the Fed's independence but limit presidential authority. So what does this mean for Trump politically? On one hand, he shows his supporters that he is tough on the so-called establishment. On the other hand, if he loses this battle, it may weaken his influence over the financial system. For Lisa Cook, this fight has turned her into a symbol of central bank independence, and the outcome of this case could define how much freedom the Federal Reserve will have in the coming decades. Our analysis is simple. The Supreme Court has already shown caution by refusing to allow Trump's immediate move. This signals that the justices understand how serious the consequences could be. If the Fed looks politically controlled, global investors may panic, and that could shake not only Wall Street but also economies worldwide. While no one can predict the court's final ruling, experts believe the chances are higher that Trump's attempt will be restricted or blocked. In conclusion, this is not just a legal battle between Trump and Lisa Cook. It is about power, independence, and the future of America's financial system. The final decision in 2026 could set a precedent for decades to come.